Morning. So, welcome back. I'm Jamie, and if you're listening to this while stepping over a pile of baseboards that have been sitting in your hallway since the Ford administration, you are my people. Here, about 3 months ago, I had a vision. I was going to turn our mudroom into a Pinterest perfect organization station. Have you ever done that? So I bought the hooks, I bought the bins, and the antique eggshell paint. I even bought a new level of, the level. The thing with the thing and the thing. Anyway, because I was going to do it right. Well, fast forward to a few days ago. There is one patch of antique eggshell on the wall that looks like a Rorschach test. You know the Rorschach test where the psychiatrists give you these black and white pictures and they what does this look like? Well, the hooks are still in the bag on the floor, and my husband is currently tripping over a gallon of primer every time he goes to get his work boots. So there's that. So I'm not lazy, okay? I'm a conceptual artist. I specialize in the beginning phase, like the idea phase of home improvement. The ending phase is against my religion, I guess. Welcome to the show, where we talk about why the last 10% of most of my projects is actually the hardest part of human existence. Now, if you've ever really gotten into a project like organizing the mudroom, you understand that most of the time there is a couple of different phases that happen. You've got the idea phase, right? You've got the organize the list of things you need phase, and then you get to the go buy the things phase where you accidentally, on purpose, so purpose-dentally, purchase all the things plus some. And then you get to the phase where all of that sits in the bag in the corner and you're looking at it for 4 months or longer because you lost all motivation, or I would even call it motivation. I think it's more, how do I get started? Do I do it this way? Do I do it that way? How do I even do I want to do it this way? It gets really confusing. So honestly, it's kind of like doom piles in your home. Everything just moves to a doom pile. And then it stays there forever. So let's get into some brain work. Why can't we just finish the wall, Jamie? It's called executive dysfunction, specifically task initiation. So, psychology factoid. So, for a neurotypical brain, a task is a straight line. Okay. For us, a task is like a giant jagged mountain, and we call it the wall of awful. The wall is built out of past failures, the fear of doing whatever the task is completely wrong, and then the overwhelming amount of steps involved. And when I look at the mudroom and the doom pile of items to be, I don't see putting up hooks. My brain sees, gotta find the studs, gotta find the drill, gotta wait till the battery for the drill charges because I forgot to charge it. Then I gotta find where the charger is because I put it away instead of putting it with the other doom pile of things where I know where everything is. And then the dog may or may not have eaten one of the chargers. She's still a puppy. You guys understand puppy stage, right? She's almost 2 now, but still likes to eat shoes. Little turd. Anyway, now I gotta go to the store again to buy a charger. Now, here's the relatable part that I hope you find a little bit relatable. My brain overheats before I even pick up a screwdriver. It's a literal dopamine deficiency issue, and we get a huge hit of dopamine when we plan the project, the new shiny phase, right? But by the time we actually get to the doing the actual work, the dopamine's gone, of course. And we're running on an empty tank, trying to climb a vertical wall. And did I mention that this task thing, this giant thing, is called a mountain, like a jagged mountain, the wall of awful? It's not just a vertical wall. It's awful to get through. But here comes the mom guilt, right? Because we all have mom guilt. And I look at the mess and I don't just see a project. I see my failure as a mom, as a manager. I feel like I'm letting my family down because I can't even finish a wall. A simple wall. But listen to me. Your brain is not broken. It's just wired for novelty, not maintenance. And that's where it comes in. Novelty is the thief of joy in my brain because I'm the idea person. I've got all of these awesome ideas. I've got all these wonderful things going on. And yet, I cannot for the life of me understand why I can't stick to one thing forever. Routine is the bane of my existence. I hate routines, but routines help me. But I hate routines, but they help me. Anyway. So here's another little segment that I think you'll enjoy. It's called The Culprit of Decision Fatigue. And you want to know what drains my project battery faster than anything else? The absolute audacity of the school's sign up genius forms or the group me chats. So I'm sitting here trying to muster the energy to paint that hallway, and bing, an email from the Band Booster Club. I love our Band Booster Club, especially the Band Booster president. She's amazing. But the ones that are just constant are really hard for me. It's the sign up for the end of year trip or the UIL chaperones or, spring carnival or the chicken tender meal that we're providing, or the end of year trip, all of these things. I open it, and it's like a digital gladiatorial arena for me. All the normal moms, okay, the ones whose hallways are definitely painted, and whose kids have matching socks, they already signed up for napkins and bought store-bought water and paid their fees on time. Those are the gold medal slots, right? Those are the gold medal moms that I am so incredibly jealous of. But here's the audacity, right? What's left for me? Organize the petting zoo? Not this girl. Bake 48 cupcakes that look like individual historical figures. Are you kidding me? I used to do that. I don't do that anymore. ADHD hobby hopping has concluded that hobby a long time ago. I can't even finish a 4x4 patch of drywall, and you want me to recreate the Gettysburg Address in frosting. No, thank you. I'm good. So I end up signing up for face painting because that's my thing. And I'm a glutton for punishment. And I then spend the next 3 weeks in a state of project paralysis, okay? Because I'm so stressed out about having to draw a butterfly, the bane of my existence, actually, or Spider-Man. Ugh, Spider-Man. On a wiggly 5-year-old that I can't even remember how to use a paintbrush at my own house. Okay. But I love face painting because it is actually the one thing in my life that I have actually been able to consistently keep and do, because it's the one thing that keeps me focused and happy. And I can concentrate on it without fail. And it honestly, it grounds me. Face painting is my thing. It's my thing. But the school system is the number one enemy of home renovation for me. Period. You know that drill, right? it's not just the guilt, man. It's the sensory overload of the mess, stress. Like, okay, I've mentioned doom piles before, but doom piles are real. And I know most moms probably have a table or a chair or a couch that is a catch-all, right? Now, that is a doom pile that nobody has addressed, right? So when you are ADHD, like myself, a half-finished project isn't just a visual eyesore, okay? It's a sensory pressure. I can feel the clutter. I can feel the unfinished wall yelling at me, humming this high-pitched note that only I can hear. My husband walks by and says, "Hey, don't worry about it. I'll get to it this weekend." Do you know what he does on the weekend? He works on other people's cars on the weekends. My yard still needs to be mowed. And I keep telling him, "Hey, I will mow. Give me the key. Fix the mower. Make sure the tires aired up. I will mow the yard." I enjoy mowing the yard because I can put my headphones on, turn them all the way up, listen to my music, and be so happy. But he won't do it. I'll get to it. I'll get to it. He's being a sweet, he's being a blue-collar hero, but to my brain, that's another demand. Now, I have the guilt of him doing it, added to the stress of me not doing it. It's a guilt sandwich with the side of sensory fries. Yeah. That's all I need. So, here's the wife hack of the week. Okay, so blue collar wife hack for Project Paralysis. Let's see if this actually works, right? We're here to do this together. The body double trick. You've heard of it, body doubling. So you tell your husband or your best friend to just come in the room and sit with you, right? They don't have to help. They can scroll on their phone. They can watch TikTok videos. Who cares, right? But their physical presence acts like a pacer for your brain. It's like having a foreman on the job site. And you're less likely to wander off to reorganize yet another thing like your shoe rack if someone is watching you. Okay? It really does work, guys. It really does. So what about the family glitch of the week? So I finally decided to finish the painting. I got my tray, my roller, and my body double, the dog. And I was doing it. I was winning. And then I realized I was so focused on the wall that I did not notice that I had stepped right into the paint tray and had walked antique eggshell footprints all across the dark floor. Yay. Go me. Well, now my house looks like a very confused bird walked through it. Yeah. Just yeah. Well, if you're living in a half-finished construction zone like me, give yourself some grace. You're managing a lot, and your manager brain just needs a reboot. And I'd like to tell you to work hard, okay? Glitch harder and leave footprints. Their character, right? Stay spicy. I'll talk to you guys next week.